back to Yirara.
What's up, Yara fam? Welcome back to another exciting episode of What's That Sound? With me, Miss Tina. So, can anyone remember the two hints from the previous episode? If not, that's okay. The two hints are something that you wear and something that an animal has. So the words are shirt and fur. And if you got that right, give yourself a round of applause. So shirt, fur. So I'll give you a few seconds for you to guess what sound these two have in common. Remembering shirt and fur. Shirt, fur. So I'll give you a few seconds now for you to guess what's that sound. Alright, time's up for the sound for today is, drumroll please. For shirt, for fur. You can see the sounds are spelled differently. I are in shirt and you are in fur. So remember that for the next time you're reading, writing, or spelling. So be kind, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Alright, here are the hints for the next episode. The first one is the opposite of less and the opposite of tall. So tune in on the next episode and I'll see you then. Bye now.
It's time for STEM, another episode of STEM. Yirara Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths.
Hey guys, today we're going to be going through an app called Book Creator. Let's get into it.
Okay, so you can see that red flashing dot there, that tells us that we are recording, and we should see a red, yep, there it is, the red stripe across the top, that also tells us that we're recording. So you can see what I can see on the iPad. So now we're going to press the Book Creator icon. It's the rainbow background one down the bottom with the outline of a book and some scissors. So if we press on that, this is what we see. The front cover of a book, Getting Started, a short tutorial, and we've got some other student work there as well. So if we press on the Getting Started tutorial, you'll see there's just an introduction into the basic functions of Book Creator. So there's a few pages in here, and this is what I'll be taking us through very briefly today. So if we get back out of that, we press My Books at the top left hand corner, and now I want us to press the top right hand corner, New Book. So I usually choose the landscape option just because it gives us the most room, but you can choose whichever one you want. So we'll press on that, and this is what we get. We get our cover page of our new book. Now, the first thing that we need to do every time we make a new book is we need to put our name on it. So to do that, we press this plus symbol up the top right hand corner and we get these options: photos, camera, pen, add text, add sound, and there's a few options down the bottom that you can explore later. So to write our name, we're obviously going to press add text, and I'm just going to write my name very quickly, Mr. Jeremy. I'm just going to write it very quickly there, press done, and there's my name. Now to move it around the page, I'm going to put one finger on it, and then I can drag it to where I want to put it. So I'm going to put it up the top right hand corner. There we go. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to have a heading for our book, and I reckon we'll do Welcome to DT. So we press the plus again, we press add text, and we write in Welcome to DT. And after I've written that, we'll press done. There we go. And now once again I'll position it to where I want to. So there we go. So that heading is looking a little bit boring, isn't it? I want to make it look a little bit more interesting. So this little tool up the top right hand corner called the inspector tool, which I've just pressed there, the little eye with the circle around it. So I can change the size, I can make it bold, I can change the font, Let's find something that looks a bit more interesting. There we go. I might change the colour to blue. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we press back and I press the page to get out of it. And now to put my text all back on one line, I'm just dragging those little dots across. And there we go. Welcome to DT. So now I'm going to put a couple images or pictures in. So we go back to the plus up the top and we're going to go to camera. Now I'm going to take a picture of a model that some students did the other day. So I'm just going to take a picture of that. There we go. And retake or use photo are our options. I'm going to press use photo. And now the photo should insert, there it goes, into our page. Now it's taken up our whole page. So to resize it, just like we did with the text, we just drag that blue dot down to scale it. And to position it, we just put one finger on it to drag it to where we want to have it. So I might take one more picture of that model. Actually, I might take a short video actually. So I'll press the video option. There we go. If I get my finger out of the road there, and I'm going to press power button. Oh, there we go. There's our little crazy fan or windmill going away. And I'm just going to record for a couple seconds. That'll do. Now I use video, and that will embed back into Book Creator. There we go. And I just scale it just like I did before, touching the little blue circles in the corner. There we go. So it's starting to look alright. Now, I reckon the only thing that we need fixing up is the background. So with nothing selected, I'm going to press the inspector tool again, and that'll enable us to do something with our background. And once again, there'll be lots of options. I reckon this one down the bottom here, that blue one, well, it makes our heading look a bit washed out. We might make our heading black again. There we go, just going back into the inspector tool. And there we go, welcome to DT. We've got a picture, we've got a video, we've got our name on it. That's pretty good. So this is what I'll be getting you to do when you use Book Creator for the first time to record the work that you're doing in digital technologies. Well done guys, we'll see you soon.
Doing a little bit more on the topic of animals. So we're going to be having a look at different pictures of artwork using animals, and I would like you to have a go at choosing one that might be special to you, whether that be a totem or an animal in your culture, or even if it's just an animal that you like drawing. And we're going to be doing a sketch or doing a few different sketches, maybe just the head, and we're going to be using two different skills. One of them is mark making, so we're going to be looking at the details on the animal, maybe its feathers, and looking at how we can maybe use different kind of marks with different drawing tools to do a sketch of an animal. So using mark making, using different tools, and choosing an animal of your choice. Thank you. I would like to see everyone's kind of attempt at painting their animal first. And when I see that you've really thought about what you're doing, then you can come to me and ask for a watercolour. And then I'll show you, this is what I did with the senior students this morning. So, see how it's got a tiny little point on the end? I can use that to do, I'm just going to do that first, but I can use it to do like a leaf, and then I can press harder to do, yeah. So I use that tiny little point to do a fine line, and then so the first thing I would do is just kind of fill out.
Hello everyone, it's Miss Andrea here. Today we're going to talk about location and direction. Have you heard those words? To locate is to find something. So if I want to locate Darwin, I want to find Darwin. And when I found it, that is the location, that is where Darwin is. Now the most important thing when you're talking about locations and directions is the compass, and all compasses are the same. At the top is north, the bottom south, this side is east, where the sun comes up, always in the east, and this side west, where the sun sets. Every day it sets in the west. Now, the most important thing to remember is the world is round. Okay, it's always round, going through space. Now, as I said, at the north is the top, so this is called the North Pole. And at the bottom, at the other end, the south is the South Pole. The north is at the top, and the south is at the bottom. So, when we're talking about Australia, that is why we're called here the Northern Territory. Here, Western Australia, and down the bottom, South Australia. So we're going to have a look at the Northern Territory, and we're going to locate some places and also take note of the direction. But we have to remember to use our compass. A compass is always remaining the same. So besides the big points here that I have in the big letters, there's also directions in between called northeast. And you always say the main direction first, north, and put the N in, and the second one here, east, between. So each compass point has another smaller one in between, southeast, southwest, northwest. And if you're being more particular, we can even go to north-northwest and north-northeast, but we're not going to do that today. So remember the compass, and I'm just going to hold this here while we look. So, where's Alice Springs, everyone? It's in Central Australia. Here it is, right in the middle. Now, if we wanted to get to Darwin, which is up the top here, we would have to go which way? From the south at the bottom, north, up here, right up the top. And what about after we got there and we wanted to go to the Wessel Islands over here? Which direction are we going to go? We're going to go directly east to the Wessel Islands. What would you say if I said now we want to go to Groot Island? It's down here. So we would say we are going to go south. Let's return to Alice Springs. I don't think we want to go over the water, so we're going to have to get back on land, go west. We're here in Flying Fox and Big River, just west of Nooka. Now to get back to Alice Springs, we are going to go directly south, and here's Alice Springs. Okay, I hope you remember that. When you give some directions, you might have to use those things. North, south, east and west. Okay, when you look at a map next time, concentrate on that. Thanks everyone, bye-bye.
Last Friday, senior students attended a Duke of Ed camp. Preview of our winning team at Henley-on-Todd. Last Thursday, Yirara women's soccer team played a curtain raiser. Good morning, I'm Mark Fordham.
And Lofty Armstrong with Yirara2u.
Last weekend, Year 11 students along with Clontarf attended a Duke of Edinburgh camp at Simpsons Gap. Students spoke to local rangers and accomplished many challenging tasks. Some of these were setting up camp, cooking dinner, roast chicken in bush ovens, as well as climbing Mount Gillen. A great time was had by all.
And Yirara competed a Henley-on-Todd races and came in first and second. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Before all that, he's got the guns on display now. He's trying to fight these young lads out left and right. Yeah, he's just trying to fight out. These young boys are just on the court. We'll now go across to the starter.
Now to sports. Here's Gloria and Reese.
Last Thursday saw the Yirara women's soccer team played an invitational game as a curtain raiser for the Adelaide United versus Alice Springs All-Star match, which was held at Anzac Oval. Yirara ladies played a tough game against Alice Springs under-16 development squad, but won 2-0 and had a great game. Both goals were scored by Christella Campbell. Players of the match were Christella and Antoinette. Well done, ladies. Monday, the junior basketball team played their best game of this season so far, despite a loss against the Wallabies in the league reserve competition. Player of the match was Tara Kelly.
Tuesday, the seniors basketball played a great game, but sadly the Rockets won. Player of the match was Gloria.
Also on Tuesday, Christella Campbell played for her team, the Wallaby Storm, in the league women's comp and beat New NT by 20 points.
And the Euro boys basketball team beat Alice Springs Suns 64.23. That's sports.
Now to weather. Here's Benedict.
Today we can expect a high of 24 degrees. On Saturday we can look forward to a high of 25 and Sunday a high of 27. Monday brings more warm weather with a high of 28. Yahoo! The warmer weather is coming back to you, Lofty and Mark.
Thanks, Benedict. That's our show for this week. Have a fun weekend, and we will see you next week, same time, same place.
See ya.
See ya.
TV crew visit Karma to interview songwriters. Vet 8 took a trip to Trofina Gorge. Year 8s and 9s attend a Clontarf Employment Expo. Students attend Maths Enrichment session at Centralian Senior College. And the Yirara Brumbies paid their respects at this year's Anzac Day. Good morning, I'm Lofty Armstrong.
And I'm Tierra Douglas with Yirara2u. Last week, some of the TV crew took a visit to Karma Radio to interview some of the Alakura songwriting competition winners. Let's take a look.
Welcome, Miranda, to Alice Springs, and well done on being one of the winners of the Alakura songwriting competition. Can you tell us a little about yourself and how you got into songwriting?
I started songwriting when I was 11 years of age, and I have now over 55 original songs, and I'm still writing.
Who did you look up to musically when you first started songwriting?
I looked up to Tracy Chapman, one of my favourite singers, a bit of Dixie Chicks, and I love all artists.
What are your future goals?
My future goals is to make an album one day, so I think I'm on the right path now. So I'm working on one song which is really good, and yeah, just to get my music out there.
Thanks, Miranda. Dora, thanks for your time. Can you give us a brief background on how you became a songwriter?
I began songwriting at the age of 15, but I learnt guitar at 12, and yeah, I just gave it a go, and I realised I was a little bit good at it, and I kept on practicing, and I've been doing it ever since I was 15 years old. Yeah.
Who has been your musical influence?
Well, I'm a music lover. I love all different types, but if I had to pick, I was like a punk girl when I was little. So Avril Lavigne, even Blink-182, Good Charlotte, and yeah, the punk genre area here.
Have you got any tips for young people who want to get into the music business?
Yeah, just give it a go. Don't be ashamed, because I was ashamed when I first started, and it stopped me. So just don't let shame emotions stop you, and just be confident, believe in yourself, and just give it a go, and just practice, because practice makes perfect, or it pays off. Practice pays off, and yeah, just give it a go.
Thanks, Dora, and all the best.
Thanks.
Beck, what is inspired you can become a songwriter?
I grew up playing music with my dad since I was 11 years old. He was a country music artist, and he was my mentor and idol. He passed away sadly when I was 14, going on 15 years old, and that's when I began writing as a healing tool. So I put my sad thoughts on paper and express that way, instead of doing the naughty things, going out and doing things kids shouldn't be doing. So yeah, I began writing, and through a lot of heartaches I've had, I guess, through my life, I continued writing and just started creating songs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What style of music do you write and prefer?
guess because I've grown up country, I do a lot of country feel. I also do a lot of blues and things like that. I guess my idols would be Ben Harper, Bernard Fanning, even Missy Higgins, Tracy Chapman, that sort of style. Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time and hope you are having a great time here in Dallas. We wish all of you the very best for the future.
Thank you very much.
Last Thursday, students attended a maths enrichment session at Centralian Senior College. Many other students from around Alice also attended. Ms. Wappling reported the students were enthusiastic and showed great courage when presented with new challenges. The students involved were Gloria Mokotrinja, Aswa Nelson, Casimir Hargraves, Christella Campbell and Caitlin Armstrong.
Also last Friday, the Vet A students took a trip to Trifina Gorge for a team building exercise. The fellows showed Misty and Lucas how to cook and eat retail. Everyone agreed the tales were delicious.
The Yirara Brumbies paid their respect at this year's Anzac Day. The juniors were invited to a remembrance barbecue where they chatted to the mayor and members of the Australian Defence Force, and the seniors leadership group attended the dawn service. Mr. Talbot reported the fellows were very proud to attend both events. And Wednesday, Clontarf had an employment expo here at the Oval. They were joined by Tennant Creek Clontarf as well. All year 8 and 9 fellows were involved.
That's news now to sports. Here's Mr. Ryan.
Hi, I'm Mr. Ryan. Last Saturday, the fellas under 14 football lost to Celtic Club 4-1 at Ross Park. The fellas played very well, even though they only had 9 players. Fabian and Lucas played an outstanding game, and Captain Isaiah Buzzacott showed superb leadership throughout the whole game. Tuesday, the Brumbies played St Joseph at Yirara, and the scores were And that's sport, and here's for the always deadly Gavin.
Today until Monday, we can expect us in and around the mid-20s with southeasterly winds. That's weather. Back to you, Tiara and Lofty.
That's Yirara news for the 1st of May 2015. Have a great weekend and enjoy the Monday holiday. Be safe. Make good choices.
Catch you next week!
Good morning.
Welcome back to Yirara.